Yeah, you're recording.
We're recording, maybe with
It
sound.
says no recording in progress that we're not hearing because we can't hear it.
We can't hear it,
Right.
but it's. Okay, well, welcome to the Bedford Township Committee. This is our regularly scheduled December 4th Township Committee meeting. We have a full complement of Township Committee members here in attendance. We have no participants via Zoom, at least as of yet. Ms. Ray, may we please have the Open Public Meetings Act statement?
Yes, Mayor. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Committee was sent to the Courier News Somerville, Bernardsville News Whippany, and to all subscribers and posted at the Township Municipal Building on January 10th, 2023.
Great, thank you. Please join me standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so hope everyone gives us some patience tonight as we work through some of these technical issues. We are at the time of the meeting that we open up this microphone up there for public comments. If any member of the public wishes to make a comment, raise your hand and we'll introduce you. Seeing none, and we still have no one participating via Zoom, we will move on with the rest of the meeting. We're proceeding with the minutes, Robin, or you want to hold off
We
on
can
those?
take those, please, Mayor.
We're going to table the approval of the minutes from November 20, both the Township Committee regular scheduled meeting and the executive session meeting. We're going to table those. Let's move on to permits and raffles. We have an on-premise merchandise raffle to benefit the Huntington Healthcare Foundation on May 9, 2024 from 5 to 10 p.m. at Hamilton Farm Golf Club. And we also have an off-premise 50/50 raffle to benefit the Huntington Healthcare Foundation on May 9 from 5 to 10 p.m. at Hamilton Farm Golf Club. Any questions, comments regarding those raffles? Seeing none, take motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Monthly report discussion by subcommittee chair. We will start with Committeeman Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Our subcommittee meeting for land use and historic preservation was canceled. We'll pick that up at a later date. We've got historic pres later this month, so that'll be at a later date. With respect to DPW, we're still continuing leaf collection. We'll likely extend out to early next week at the latest. So let's encourage everybody to get their leaves out. We're winterizing all the trucks. Farmer's Almanac says it's going to be a rough winter, so we're going to be ready for that, right, Kev?
Sure.
And just constantly working on the dirt roads. We know that they're out there and requiring day-to-day work. And we continue to work towards our budget items. So we'll be happy to report back to you in come budget season. And that's it.
Okay, thank you, Committeeman Hickey.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, all. Board of Health, there was no meeting this past month, but there is one coming up on December 21st, right before the holidays. And Board of Ed, I do plan on attending their next meeting on December 14th. And that's all I have, Mayor. You wanted more?
Committeewoman Oresky.
Good evening, Mayor. The Environmental Committee will have a meeting this Wednesday. So I'll report back then at the next meeting. But in the meantime, I wanted to introduce Kevin to talk about the work that they did, DPW did out at the milk house on the silo at the stall area, please.
Yeah, so we cleaned up the garbage that was.
Even though it may not be working, want to get the microphone up closer to Kevin. Just in case.
So we cleaned up the garbage that was over by the silo and we painted the milk house. Hopefully this doesn't just create a fresh canvas and people will respect that it's cleaned up. As for the silo, we're going to do graffiti abatement opposed to painting over just because it's a lot of work, but we have to remove the vines first. So that's going to be a lengthy project, but I'm going to have all that done. And then I plan on boarding up the bottom of the silo so it's not such a hangout spot. There's a lot of garbage and graffiti in there as well. So this is a safety concern. Limited means of ingress and egress. It's just not a spot we should have open up to the public.
And going forward, we're gonna be putting up signs saying that the area is under,
Video surveillance, and we do have
understand.
cameras that we're going to put up. So once that
so that,
once the signage is in, when well, hopefully this week, and then within the next week or so, we'll put the cameras up. And hopefully deter any additional graffiti. But
Okay.
time will tell.
Chief, do you need to be involved with that at all? For any reason?
The cameras, yes.
You have the camera, they're the cameras that we have. So. I'll coordinate. with you.
Sounds good. All right, thank you. And as I mentioned at our last meeting, JVH is having their Colonial Christmas this weekend. So it starts on Friday with the cocktail party. It's December 8th from 6 to 9 p.m. There'll be music, hors d'oeuvres, colonial libations. It's $150 a ticket. It's a big fundraiser for us, so we hope everybody can make it. And then on Saturday is the annual tree lighting from 2:30 to 5:30. There'll be photos with Santa, holiday music. There'll be some reenactors there. Those are always fun. Docent-led tours through the home and refreshments. The admission for that program is free, and the tree will be lit at 5 o'clock. And I believe the mayor is going to say a few words, as he always does. And it should be a nice event, as it usually is. So hope to see everybody there. Whoever can't make Friday, please come on Saturday. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Committeewoman Fernandez.
Thank you, Mayor. Just have a real quick rec update. We had a rec meeting prior to Thanksgiving, and Neil Mastrobono just went over the financials from Fall Fest, and also he had the opportunity to meet with the owner of the new company Fresh Pet that's coming to town, and they walked River Road Park, and we'll have more updates about that at a later time. Okay, so.
Great, thank you. So before JVH does the tree lighting on Saturday, we will have the last day at Mr. Farmer's Market. So a long season starting on Memorial Day will come to its 2023 conclusion on Saturday. And similarly, we do have some events planned for the last day. So we will have Santa available at the farmer's market. It's coming a little early because we know he's got to make it to the JVH house.
He's a busy
in
guy.
the Evening. And he's gonna have a special chair waiting for him. Because, you know, if Santa's gonna show up at the farmer's market, he needs a place to sit.
Mhm.
And we had some fold-out chairs, which really didn't seem appropriate. So Kevin took it upon himself to build a chair for Santa. I've seen a picture of it with someone sitting in for Santa, Rodney. And just for perspective, it looks like a fabulous piece of furniture that Kevin has constructed.
A throne for Santa Claus.
A throne. So it's gonna look great. You'll have to come out to the farmer's market to see it. We'll also be doing what we're calling ugly sweaters. I'm not sure if that's politically correct. So we're calling festive sweaters, ugly sweaters. So and prizes will be given out at the farmer's market on this last day. And so we're looking forward to a great ending for a great farmer's market season. So come on out. Land use board, we have a land use board meeting coming up this week. No hearings scheduled for the land use board, but we will be looking at approving two separate resolutions for approvals and hearings that happened in the month before. And we may be taking a look once again at lot coverage in relation to residential zones. So that's coming up on the land use board. Library 2 weeks from now. In 2
Next
weeks?
week?
No,
January.
this
Oh, no, we don't
We
have one.
Till January.
Thank
okay,
you.
so that makes it easy. Library board meeting update. And Renee, you had mentioned the tree lighting. And I did have the opportunity to attend the Far Hills tree lighting. Attended with Mayor Welsh, and they had a great event over at the fairgrounds. They had the madrigals there. Santa was also there. Busy
It's
guy,
around.
it's a busy guy.
It's like George Washington.
And true. And Far Hills Bedminster Fire Department was there, and it was really great to see everyone out there. So I did forward the invitation to Mayor Welsh and extended the invite to our friends over in Far Hills as well. Ms. Ray, may we please have the administrators report?
Yes, Mayor. So tomorrow we have a shared municipal court meeting with our fellow municipalities. It's our annual end of year meeting, just to kind of set the tone for the budget going forward. On Wednesday, December 6th, we have a affordable housing meeting with our affordable housing agent partners, CGP&H. That's with Committeewoman Fernandez and Committeewoman Moreski and members from the affordable housing team. On Thursday, there is a department head meeting to kick off the budget at 9 o'clock in the morning on December 7th. And then on later that afternoon, I'll be attending a webinar for a sustainable Jersey grant that we'd like to apply for with regards to refillable water stations throughout the municipality.
Great.
And also, last but not least, on Wednesday, January 20th, we have our employee holiday luncheon right here in this room. Wednesday, January 20th.
December.
December 20th. Sorry.
Holidays if you want.
Gonna say, that's fine.
Thank you. And that concludes my report.
All right. Thank you. We are not introducing any ordinances tonight, but we do have one public hearing for an ordinance. That's the ordinance essentially repealing our longstanding essentially what we call the pay-to-play rule that we've had in Bedminster, which has been superseded by state legislation. So rather than keeping an ordinance on the book that is no longer appropriate, we have to, well, we don't have to, but we may repeal our existing ordinance, but to do so requires an ordinance to repeal an ordinance. May I have a motion to open the public hearing for ordinance number 2023-021?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
John, do you mind if, I know you did this at our last meeting, but if you don't mind just walking us through.
I think you aptly summarized it, Mayor. The state legislature passed an election transparency law earlier this year. And essentially, the legislature said that so many local municipalities and county governments and other organizations have their own pay-to-play laws and ordinances that it was confusing the people that were submitting bids, and often also confusing to purchasing agents and local officials. So essentially what they said was, here is a state law on pay to play, and any local ordinance is null, void, and superseded. So as the mayor indicated, it could stay on the books, as many towns have elected to do, but the better practice, since it's null and void and not to confuse folks, is to repeal the ordinance so it disappears from our books. So that's all we're doing tonight. Bedminster is still subject to pay to play. It's just a state law.
Thank you, John. Questions, comments from Township Committee? Okay, I'll open the public hearing up for public comment. Do any members of the public have any questions or comments regarding the ordinance that we're considering tonight, ordinance number 2023-021, which would repeal our existing pay-to-play restrictions? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing for ordinance number 2023-021.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I will take a motion to approve ordinance number 2023-021, which would repeal the Bedminster pay-to-play restrictions that we already have on the books, and it would remove it from the books, and we'd be subject, just as we are today, with the superseding state legislation.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's clean up our ordinances when we can. So thank you all. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items on the consent agenda. I've asked that resolution number 2023-171 be pulled from the consent agenda and actually tabled till next meeting. That resolution would have Township Committee adopt an amended affordable housing spending plan that Frank Banish, our town planner, and CGP&H had prepared. I don't believe the Township Committee has had a chance to actually see that spending plan, so we're going to table that resolution so everyone gets the opportunity to actually see what Frank and CGP&H put together. Excuse me. Robo-caller, I don't think I need to take that right now. So with tabling resolution number 2023-171, does anyone else have any concerns about any items on the consent agenda that you would want to hold off for discussion or otherwise tabled? If not, take a motion to approve the consent agenda without resolution 2023-171.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
We have 2 resolutions for individual consideration. First is resolution 2023-174, which authorizes the Township of Bedminster to submit a fiscal year 2024 American Rescue Plan firefighters grant in the amount of $65,000 for the Plyersville Volunteer Fire Company. Ms. Ray, just want to, I know we've talked about this before, but just want to walk us through
Sure.
that resolution.
So, yes, Mayor, last year was the first time that we had applied for it for both Far Hills Bedminster Fire and Pottersville Fire. Last year, our grant request for Far Hills Bedminster Fire was $56,000, and we were awarded $43,000 towards personal protective equipment. So we received 76% of the money that we requested. Pottersville Volunteer Fire Company requested 67 last year for the breathing apparatus. They were awarded 28,000 or 41% of what their original request was. So this year we're applying again. Far Hills Bedminster is also doing the same equipment that they had applied for last year, in addition to some cleaning equipment, machines to clean the equipment that they purchased. And Pottersville Fire also has the same request in for this year for more breathing packs.
Further questions or comments regarding that resolution? Seeing none, take a motion to approve resolution 2023-174.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next resolution is resolution 2023-175. This resolution authorizes Bedminster to submit a grant application on behalf of the Far Hills Bedminster Fire Department to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs for the fiscal year 2024 American Rescue Plan firefighter grant. Now, Ms. Ray, you can walk us through this, or can always turn to Lieutenant Murray.
I just reviewed it. I'm sorry. I gave you both.
You gave us both. I know.
I
you
did.
I know you.
But if Mr. Murray has any, Lieutenant Murray has anything to add, please feel free.
It's PPE again, same thing we did last year.
Yeah.
So offsets instead of having to purchase it out of capital. So it's great to get,
5 cents.
yes. So,
And
Thank
this
you for all your
amount
work
is
with it.
for $57,000. And this is all, Robin, this is all lined up in the ARP funds that we believe are already sitting there for us, correct?
This is for, through the State Department of Community Affairs that we're applying for this grant, It's an online Sage application that we'll be submitting. on
Okay,
behalf
so
of the
this is
fire
not
department.
necessarily, this is not guaranteed.
This is not guaranteed. This is money that we are requesting ARP funds, federal ARP funds from the DCA for, and in hopes that we will get it. We did last year, which was a big help to both companies, so we're hoping we get it this year. So.
Okay. Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, take a motion to approve resolution 2023-175.
So moved.
Second,
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson,
Aye.
Mr. Hickey,
Aye.
Ms. Moreski,
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye. I will take a motion to approve the bill list pending review of individual invoices.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call again, please. Mr. Stevenson,
Aye.
Mr. Hickey,
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
And sorry, Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
I can't see over the screen.
It's okay. Yeah, no.
Any committee member have any items they want to put on for discussion of new business? Seeing none, we will go to old business. The last meeting, we did talk about the new 202 bridge replacement, so there's been no updates since then. And Robin, I assume no further comments coming out of DOT about signage in Pluckman and elsewhere in Bedminster.
That's correct. Did you get the mark out yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. So hopefully this week we'll we did that and we're gonna sinkhole up on Steeplechase. We had to do markouts for.
Utilities. Surprise, surprise, a Saturday, and we had
Another outage.
No power.
1800.
Rainstorms.
What's that?
There were rainstorms.
it was fog.
Fog.
Dense fog, very.
And you know what?
It was
There were squirrels.
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 Squirrels are always, yes. So we had 1,800 customers out for the entire morning. The explanation was animal contact, which means either a squirrel or a raccoon got into a piece of substation equipment. At least that's what JCP&L told us. What I've asked them to do is provide us with an understanding of what could have been done to prevent this latest outage, be it people, process, or technology, and what can be done to lessen the amount of downtime when there is an outage. So, for example, JCP&L has to be able to tell us what they can do to fortify and harden their substations to make them animal proof. And how can they reduce the delay in getting traffic control on site when there is a problem? I always hear this every time. Oh, we're there, but we need flaggers. Our flaggers haven't shown up. Well, that's a process issue and a people issue. You can solve that problem. And if we need to assist, we'll figure out how to assist. Just as an aside, I know, Mayor, you've heard this as well. Committeewoman Moreski heard this. We hear every time, hey, you know what? If we just had a different service provider, if PSE&G was there as opposed to JCP&L, or if Comcast was our cable provider instead of Altice, everything would be great. Folks, when it comes to utilities, there are no silver bullets. By the way, anybody looking to provide service to our area would have to agree to acquire the territory or franchise of the current service provider. That is a private third-party transaction we are not party to. We have no control over. Secondly, there is no redundant infrastructure, which means the new operator would have to assume ownership of the assets of the current provider. So if PSE&G took over the electrical service, they would be running over the same wires, the same poles, the same transformers that JCP&L is using right now. So in the short term, nothing would change. And in the long term, things would only change if the new operator invested in both the infrastructure and in the day-to-day operations. And that's a big if. There is some good news. JCP&L recently filed with the BPU and proposed to invest $935 million in infrastructure improvements here in New Jersey, including key investments in grid modernization, system resiliency, and substation modernization. Those are their words. This hit my desk last week, and I was like an excited fourth grader with his hand up. I called up Yolanta and said, okay, how much of this money is earmarked for Bedminster? Apparently, they've heard us loud and clear in the hallways and headquarters of JCP&L. We are due to receive a sizable chunk of that investment, starting with a significant overhaul of a number of the substations that serve our local area, including the PPAC substation. So I've asked for a breakdown of how much and where, and I anticipate receiving those numbers soon. And I will share them when I get them. So as I say, stay tuned.
Thank you.
I also have an Altice report if you want to hear it.
Well, let's just stick with
Oh, second.
JCP&L. So, like everyone else, we had lights flicker
Mhm.
Saturday morning,
Mhm.
hours came back. 1,800 customers in Bedminster did not have their power come back until
Mm-hmm.
the afternoon. I did have the opportunity at the farmer's market to see Kevin and to actually text the chief to confirm, hey, are you guys aware, whether from the fire department or from the police, any issues at the substations in Bedminster or around Bedminster? And yes, there, we did get confirmation of, I'm not sure if it was a full fire situation over at the larger cross substation. But we do know that both fire company and police were aware of that situation. So for those who may be saying this is just JCP&L, just making up another excuse about the poor infrastructure, that very well may be the case. But certainly there was indications of animal contact
Mhm.
and a resulting I don't know if it rose to the level of a fire, but certainly there was enough of a situation there that required response.
Yep.
So it's reporting on that as well. So now we'll go to Altice.
So speaking of investments, the fiber upgrade work is continuing in Four Oaks, which is what's also interesting is they just published their rate card for 2024, and they are now incenting customers to migrate to fiber where it's available. So for example, if you have 300 megabit service on the legacy HFC network, the old cable
Mhm.
coax network, it costs $99.99 a month. Well, starting on January 1st, that service will be $30 a month cheaper on fiber. So it'll be $70 a month, and it will also provide symmetrical speeds, meaning you'll get 300 down in both 300 up, 300 down, right? So clearly Altice is not only responding to, I think, what they're anticipating as competition from wireless companies, but these numbers also reflect the lower costs in providing service and operating the network on a fiber backbone. And this is why we've been pushing so hard to be the first in New Jersey to get this done. Our residents will experience much better service at a cheaper price. So the work goes forward. I just was in contact with the construction manager today. Again, Four Oaks will be the last build this year, but they anticipate turning up Four Oaks and Wood Duck Pond by the end of the year. So you'll be able to go on
Great.
their site and order the service. And that's in addition to Cortland and Wynwood that are already on.
Do we know what the subscription rates that they're getting out there?
I mean, it's on a published rate card.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have that. You can go on.
Well, I mean, how many folks are actually
Doing the signups?
moving to it?
Haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
It's probably too early, given that marketing is just cranking this up, but I'm sure in a couple of months, those numbers will be available.
Yeah, be curious to see if we get that information.
Yep,
from Altice.
will do.
Okay. And New Jersey American Water, Kevin, do you have any update on NJAW activities in town?
Frank does with the project they've got going on.
That's a feedback.
Yeah, so. it's just-
Oh, the ones that are coming up.
Yeah,
Holland?
yeah, that's the only thing we have right now.
Okay.
American Water.
Okay. All right, and Doug, we're gonna just table Pluckman Park housing for now. Okay. We do have an executive session. We have 3 items on the executive session agenda. None of those items will involve formal action by the township committee. So we will go through township committee comments. We will go to the township committee, we'll go to executive session. We will return to the public session for formal adjournment of tonight's meeting. Well, once again, we will not be taking any formal action when we come back from executive session. So with that, we'll go through township committee comments. Committeeman Stevens.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no comment.
Committeeman Hickey.
Thank you, Mayor. No comments.
Committeewoman Murphy.
You know me. I just wanted to make sure that everybody takes an opportunity this weekend to either get to the JVH cocktail party, the farmer's market, or the tree lighting. This is a great little town, and we try to take care of our residents and do a little something for everybody. And I think the weather's not supposed to be too bad, so everybody take advantage of it.
Great.
And have a great weekend.
Thank you, Committeewoman Fernandez.
Thank you, Mayor. No comments.
No comment?
No comments.
Okay. And no comments from me, so I'll take a motion to adjourn to executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll stick around for a little bit. We'll turn the recording off.
Recording in progress. Yeah,
Elliot.
We are back.
back up.
Township Committee is back from our executive session. It is 8:49. As I indicated earlier, there's no formal action we are taking following our return from executive session, other than a motion to adjourn. Gina was first.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you and good night.
Right.
Is that better?
Love you.